Hello and welcome again to Automation. Today we are going to build, well, let's say every postman's nightmare. I bet the first thing you would think about is the amount of deliveries he has to do every day. And of course you could say there's nothing worse than, well, having a lot of work to do in a short period of time. But, well, there is one thing that can ruin every postman's day, and that is the car he has to drive around. Yeah, I am not sure where I'm going with this cringy intro, we better move on to the build, so yeah. For this one we are going with 1993 van-type body, and this build is going to be based on, well, designs from early 2000s, I'd say. I'm not really sure though. We will see what can I come up with, obviously. For the panel materials, chassis type and other stuff here, well, the chase was pretty obvious, we are going reasonable. And the only odd thing here, as you might have noticed, is the front longitudinal engine placement. Well, I want to make it a rear-wheel drive, so yeah, we need that one. And I think we will need to change rear suspension later on. I am not sure if it can be a semi-trailing arm. And here's another strange odd thing about this build. We are going with V6 engine. Hopefully it will fit. Hopefully. Those keen-eyed between you probably already noticed what am I going to talk about. It is obviously the capacity of this engine. It is quite, well, peculiar one. As you can see, low stroke, high bore. I am going to make it torquey on low RPM, something like diesel engine. Well, you can't really do diesel engines in this game, but I am going to improvise, and it will be with specifications of a diesel engine, that is for sure. Let's talk about the future as I'm going through the boring parts of this engine build. Well, I was planning to do some kind of a competition for a while now, between my own cars, that is. I was thinking about it quite a bit, and for now, well, I think it will contain 5 builds, new builds. I am not going to use old cars, or maybe I will use 1 or 2. Not sure yet though. I'm sure though this competition of mine will contain a few challenges. Well, as of now I have 4 of them, well, thought out, let's say. It will be a lap time challenge, likely on a modded map Laguna Seca I was using before. And the other one is going to be likely a rally course, something with trailer pulling, probably a race too, maybe a rope pulling contest or pulling stuff around. So, well, talking about that, I am not sure, this last point, I am not sure how to do it, cause, well, I have to find what type of cars I will be putting into this contest. I want them to be, well, vary between each of them. So there's going to be likely one that's high-powered but has some disadvantages. The other one will be reasonably powered all the way, with reasonable steering and stuff, you know. And of course there has to be, let's call it a shitbox that does nothing good really. Like I said, I want to make 5 cars, so there will be 5 videos, and then likely 3 to 4 max videos with the competition. So the challenges, comparing these 5 cars and running them against each other. So yeah, I'd appreciate any ideas you want to share with me. You can, well, post them under the video in the comment section. About the time when I am going to do it. Well, I am testing stuff still in BeamNG Drive. I haven't thought about building these 5 cars yet too, as I said. So it will likely come out in the first car will come out in next video or in 2 videos max. Anyway, let's come back to where we are now. As you can see, this engine does not work at all, probably due to turbo. Yeah, let me fix that. Well, I don't think I fixed anything here. As you can see, the torque and horsepower curve looks quite jacked. I don't know why. Okay. You know what? I am tempted to leave this engine as it is and see how it looks in BeamNG Drive. Also, the game says the engine is knocking, but it still runs. So, I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but I am going to leave it like that. I am not going to fix that. We are making a postman's nightmare anyway. All I did here was tuning the turbo a bit to squeeze a bit more power out of it. Like you can see, we are 10 horsepower higher. It is still not much, but should be enough for this one. The exhaust. Giving it straight through doesn't seem like a good idea, but I guess we can get rid of catalytic converter. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, it was sufficient to fix our exhaust, which is huge for what this car is really. Okay, so now we can move on to the build. This trim has a bit of body molding to it, but we are not going to change it too much. If we wanted, we could give it a fenders, make it wide lad, but this is not the theme of the build, so yeah, I think this is fine. Let's move on. Here where I live, the postal cars are white. So let's go with that. I might design it a bit like these ones I'm seeing here on the streets. I hope that's fine with you. Also, I'd like to cover this rear window, but there's no possibility to just paint it over. So I guess we will be doing it in fixtures. Anyway, let's start with the front end, per usual. Yeah, I think I've got an idea of how I want this front to look like. Something like this, but these headlights do not want to work with ray tracing very well. This should be, well, chrome, so they should be bright, and as of now they are dark. I guess I have to make the glass non-transparent then, and somehow make it different from the other parts of the car. I guess this should be sufficient. To define the front a little bit better, I wanted to have a plastic bumper, but I am not sure what to make it of. Most of these are, well, way too big. Maybe if I make this one flat and plastic. Okay, not that bad, not that bad. And this time I remembered to make these pieces mirrored. I guess we'll be keeping this trim around the whole car then. Or maybe should I just make the rear bumper black? I feel like I'm going to make this one Italian. Hence the front registration plate from Italy. Now this one will be Benevento. That is my Italian brand. There are a few more pieces missing on the front, like the grille. And, well, maybe fog lights should be nice. Also, I feel like this piece here is not big enough. The front is mostly done. I've gave it a little lip there. that I will have to tune in aerodynamics, cause it will likely give us a lot of downforce, and I don't want it in this build. I just gave it for looks, nothing more. Also there's additional indicator, and well, now I am just finishing off the front grille. Wish me luck! I think my job is done here. I just removed the grid from this grille, because, well, it was bothering me, it didn't fit at all. There's no indicator in these headlights, yes. Yeah, so we are fine. I guess we can move on. This one is going to be without the interior, so yeah, I can just change the transparency to 0 now. I feel like covering this window is not going to be fun. Yeah, I can't do it in one go, sadly. I guess I will need many pieces like this one. Yeah, I give up, it's not doable in any, well, way that would look nice, at least. I guess I can just finish off the smaller pieces. We need what? The wipers and an antenna, that is all what is left. And then, well, doing the rear end, and we are finished with the design. As I said earlier, I wanted to do this trim around the whole car, so yeah, here it is. There are few minor glitches, but well, you can't do much about it in this game. Most fixtures do not want to bend around this type of corners, so still, that I managed to do it this well is, well, quite impressive, if I can say it myself. Yes, so the only thing to do here, what is left, is putting exhaust somewhere down there, registration plate, the rear plate, and some tail lights, and I think that will be all for this build. And with the exhaust placed, we are done here. I think I am not going to make a cutout for it this time, it will be just hanging like that. Okay, it's fine, I think. Maybe I should angle it a little bit more with the placement, something like that, yeah. And I guess we should put an engine into it. Visible now, let's see. It is in there, the exhaust pipe is there, everything is where it should be. Yeah, so I guess that is the design for this car. Not much more to do here. The rear looks fine, quite like it was from 2000s. The front maybe looks a bit older, but it's fine in my opinion also. So yeah, right now we should go and make this car viable. I wonder if it will move in BeamNG Drive. Like you can see, we still have the same issue, engine is knocking. Yeah, I really do wonder how it will look like in BeamNG Drive. Okay, so let's go with manual gearbox, 5-speed, top speed, whoa. As we would go up to 180. Let's go with it, it will be quite a short geared car. And I want to give it some kind of an LSD, since we are rear-wheel drive. Let's go with geared or viscous. Yeah, viscous. Utility tires, we don't need them to be very wide. Okay, but I guess we should offset them, so this car at least looks half decent. Fine like this. Are they aligned properly? It looks like it. 15s or 16s? 15s. And maybe a touch bigger tire, like this. And yeah, of course I had to forget about changing the actual rim and making it look like it was from a van. I guess this basic one is fine. But let's paint it. Or maybe let's not change it. Aluminium. It is quite shiny because I am using ray tracing in game right now. I am not sure how it will look in okay. How it will look in BeamNG Drive. It should be less shiny, much less shiny. Front brakes can be solid discs, rear brakes, let's go with drums. How big ones? Let's go to 50s, it should be fine, a bit more on a comfort side. No aerodynamics, but front wing angle, let it be at 0, cause well, this is a front lip technically. Let's say this is a benched car, so yeah, 3 seats in the front, interior can be standard. CD, standard CD. It's a postman car after all. And let's go with hydraulic rack and pinion. With ABS, yeah. And the only thing left here is suspensions, so I guess we are going cheap all the way. So adaptive. Let's go twin tube, sway bars can be passive, and utility preset. So this car will be jacked up quite too much. I guess this is fine in terms of ride height. No camber on the front, no camber on the rear. Let's see where we are now. A bit on the oversteer side, and drivability is at 88%. I guess I should make the front springs a bit stiffer. And same with damper. And this should be good enough. Game says we will make 100 kilometers per hour in 11 seconds. That wouldn't be that bad for what this car is, that is. And we are wheel spinning on first gear. Well, the gears are quite short, so I guess it could be right. We will see about that. Remember, we are running LSD here. Utility tires, yeah, it's all fine. I guess we have to make the front tires, front brakes. Sorry, a bit stronger or bigger. Let's go with 3 piston. Doesn't help us much. So front force, yeah, and it should be good enough for me at least. Okay, and now did I mess it up? Not sure why, but the rear end has uplift. I guess we have to live with that. Probably we will be oversteery then, not understeery. We will be well, tossing around that rear end quite uncontrollably. And I think this is all we had to do with this car in automation. Right now we should move on to BeamNG Drive and try it out there. Oh, there's one more thing I want this car to have, that is the trailer hitch. Okay, it is there, so we can move on. This is the way I am going to export this car. Like you can see, we are making 105 horsepower, quite low RPM, as I said. It is, well, should be, or at least I wanted it to be like a diesel engine, but as you know, we can't make this type of engines in BeamNG, sorry, in automation yet. Also, I just noticed I haven't named this car, so yeah, I will name it, and we will move on to BeamNG Drive. Yeah, game is no fun, it won't allow me to export this car with this engine. So I guess we have to fix it. Sadly, there will be no fancy curve on this car, yeah, like you can see, now we can export it. Let me fiddle a bit with the car performance then. I managed to bring the strange curve back to our engine, and the game lets us export it. So yeah, let's go. Here we are in BeamNG Drive. Time to test this thing. I guess it exported well. Let's see if it even works. Okay, it works. Remember, we had like 97% of knocking, and our curve is quite cursed. Also, I feel like this car is way too loud. Let me lower the volume of the game. Okay, this should be a bit better. I've started from grid map because I wanted to check the suspension, if I did any good job with it. If we can go over curbs that would, well, most likely every postman go over. They are known for, well, driving on sidewalks. I guess we are stuck there now. Okay, the rear-wheel drive wasn't a good idea, I guess. We have some power, but there's no grip at all. Yeah, I had to drag it out manually. Whoa, it picks up speed, quite nice. I don't know why is it turning to the right? It might be my gamepad, but I don't think we have the wheels turned. I think the right front wheel is broken, okay. And it was indeed broken. Yeah, let's try driving this around. I believe it was like, what, 180 kilometers per hour max in automation? Let's see if it can reach that in BeamNG Drive. For almost 100% knocking, it drives pretty well. Okay, it does not. But I guess that's the issue with the uplift we had in automation, not with the engine. Well, I suppose we can make the speed that was, well, set in automation. We are 180 and it tops out here, cuts the engine off. Yeah. Guess at least at the top speed it was right. Well, I guess it was fine also. The graph was fine also about the uplift on the rear we have, because we are sliding around like mad. Yeah, that's a drift van right there. Earlier I was talking about the competition, right? And dragging stuff around. Well, it includes, or at least I think it will include, swinging around a great flail. That's what I needed this trailer hitch for. Let's see if it can drag it around. Okay, and as you can see, we are indeed connected. The camera even changed like I wanted it to. And we are moving this thing without any trouble. Okay, let me show you my idea for the competition, but I need another car, a victim there. Give me a second. Okay, so the idea was swinging the flail against each other. Each car would try to hit the other car with it, and well, the one that does the most damage gets the points, and the one that survives the most damage gets the points. I think you get the idea. Well, the biggest issue I have here is, well, swinging this thing around is not the easiest. So hitting anything with it will be a lot of pain in the ass. Like you can see, I can't hit it in any way. Okay, maybe first arm the chime. Oh, yeah. Nope, again. Yeah, clearly I would need some practice with it, but maybe first time the charm. Let's see. Can I? Yes, but it did not do any damage. Okay, well, maybe this is not the best idea. Anyway, I will be trying a few more out. I want some kind of endurance competition in there anyway. Maybe it's just about this car that, well, it can't reach too high speed, so the flail doesn't have too much power and it can't do much damage. Anyway, I think it is a good time to end this video here. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think about, well, my idea for the competition. Maybe you have some suggestions what I should do with it. Yeah, so let's finish it off here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. There's something wrong with this van. I don't know what it's doing, and I think I don't want to know.